What is going on, guys? Noah Brewer here, back again with another video, and today I want to have a quick conversation on testing products, why it's not only important to find a winner, but it's also very important to build a skill as well. So let me explain to you one thing. Most people think that when you get into e-commerce, it's mainly just a game of, testing products, and once you find a winner, you scale it. And once you scale it, you make a bunch of money, and it's all pretty easy, right? But nobody really digs deeper into trying to figure this thing out, right? Like, everybody's just trying to find the winning product. They're not really taking in information. They're not analyzing data and really paying attention to what's going on. And this is where I think I've differed myself in the past, year and a half, when I'm testing products or analyzing data from a different perspective as to where other people would be testing products and analyzing the data, or even scaling products and analyzing the data. See, when I test products, I keep a mental note in the back of my mind every single time I test a product of the category, the type of product, the price point, the video that we were using, or if we were using an image or something like that. And I keep like a data log in the back of my mind every time I see the result of something happening. And I basically do this so that I can see patterns, okay? So because patterns in this industry are the key. This is how I came up with my strategy for my Facebook ad strategy. This is how I came up with my finding product strategy. Every single strategy that I do is based off of patterns. You need to be very good at pattern recognition to be able to build up your own strategies and your own knowledge base in order to do this. Now, if you look at somebody like me, I've tested hundreds of products, if not thousands, over the past year and a half, which I don't like saying thousands because honestly, I don't really keep count. But let's just call it hundreds. It's still a lot, right? I mean, I know for a fact I've tested hundreds just in the past month, throughout all my students and just throughout the stores that I manage. So what's going through my mind when I'm testing each of these products? The point of testing products to me is not 100% just to see if it's going to work or not. That's not what it is to me. I'm trying to get better. Like, I'm trying to bring my ratio down. And I think eventually I'm going to be at a point where, every single product that I test is a winner, just because I've collected so much data over the past year or two that I just know what works and I know what doesn't work. And I've basically been able to do this to a certain extent to where I can basically look at a product and kind of just use my own feelings and my own experience to know if that product has a good chance of selling good or not. And I've actually been able to use this skill that I've built up to grow other people's stores from nothing, and to grow so many stores from nothing in the past year, where I'm literally just, finding products, going through them one by one and just thinking like, have I tested something like this before? How did it do? And I dig into that mental backlog. And of course, I don't keep notes on it. Like, I don't have a note of every single product that I've ever ran. But this is the point that I'm talking about. I'm trying to make the point that testing products is not about just throwing it up and if it doesn't work, forget about it. Testing products, especially if you want to get good at this and continue growing stores and not just do it once and you're done with it, is every single time you test a product, you're collecting data. And I'm not talking about pixel data. I'm talking about data inside of your own mind, where you basically test a product, see the result, and maybe you want to test, 10 different products that are like in the same category or the same niche, or it's the same types of products, like shoes, for example. Let's say 2 or 3 of them make sales and then the rest of the 7 suck. You can basically look for patterns between the 2 or 3 that made sales and the patterns between the other 7 that didn't make sales, and you can connect the dots. Like, let's say brown shoes were the ones that made sales and white shoes were the ones that didn't make sales. So now on your next go of testing shoes, you're not going to test a bunch of white shoes. You're going to be testing, maybe you'll test a few, right? But you're going to want to be testing a lot of brown shoes, because now you've collected data for yourself, not data for the pixel, data in your own mind that will help you test products in the future. This is what I feel like the main difference between me and, most other people is. They just test products just to test products because it's a numbers game, right? I actually like to look for patterns. I like to use testing as a kind of data collection system in my brain, to where, if you were to come to me with a list of products of like 20 or 30 products, I would be able to point out like, okay, this is worth testing, this is worth testing, this isn't worth testing, this is crap, this is crap. And I've just been on calls with students just helping them out with this, and they would come to me with a list and I would tell them what's good and what's bad. And I've realized that, product testing is about patterns. That's all it's about. And how to get good at product testing is just, you need to be good at seeing patterns and then you just need to test a lot of products. Finding products is not something, or finding good products is not something that I can give you a step-by-step formula to do. You have to learn, you have to spend time and money, you know, hundreds of products that need to be tested so that you can take in the data through your own eyes and see what types of things work and what types of things don't work. And of course, you can get a mentor, somebody like me, to already, you know, kind of eat off of their experience and make sure that you don't test stupid things that they've already learned their lesson on, like white shoes, for example. But even then, you should be treating product testing as a data collection system. So even though most of the time with product testing, you're losing money and you have the potential to find a winner, at the end of the day, you're gaining a lot of experience and you're collecting a lot of data. So you're going to have a really good idea of what to look for in the future. And that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about in this video, but I think it's more important than most of you might think it is, to where most people just test a product and then ditch it and forget about it, and they don't even, you know, they don't even keep a log of it or whatever. I mean, if you wanted to keep a Google Sheet log of it, that would be fine too, and just go over it like every month just to keep yourself refreshed and constantly knowing what's good. But I have a pretty good memory, so I don't do that. But that's it for this video, guys. If you liked it, leave a like. If you want more videos like this, leave a subscribe. As for this video, this is Noah Brewer, and I'm out. Peace.